Hi everyone, welcome to the little wood shop again. So what I've decided is to leave the faces of the drawers until as late as possible because they're very nice and I just want to spare them some scratch and dings. Because I have to move this chest around quite a bit still, putting the legs and putting the top and everything and the back on. So I've put them to one side and I'm going to continue with the top now at the moment. I'm just going to put it through the drum sander quickly to get it nice and smooth, get all the glue marks away, and then I'm going to cut it to size, to final size, and then maybe put the backsplash on that goes around the sides and the back. So for now, let's continue with the top. So friends, when it comes to fitting the legs, I just cut little 60mm long blocks and I made them from poplar, which is a bit harder because I'm just scared if they drag it around. The chest of drawers is quite heavy. So I made it from a bit denser wood but also light wood, which is poplar in this case. I'm going to fit them with 10mm dowels and then some very strong alkaline ultra glue. So what I've done is I marked the center, drilled a 10mm hole, put my little dowel thingy in there, then I line up my leg to where I want it to be, as close as possible, and then I just give it a tap. So that marks my center, where I'm going to drill the other side of the 10mm hole. And then of course I use a brad point to locate my drill bit. And then with the 10mm dowel I then locate my leg, and that I'll then glue and sand. So guys, before I cut the top to final dimensions, I just want to work out how big my backsplash or how high my backsplash is going to be. The backsplash is going to be on the sides and the back. So I would like the backsplash to be 50mm high plus the 23mm of the top, because I'm going to cut the rebate in the backsplash to go over this, because I don't like to see the end grain of the wood in the end. So I'm going to quickly cut the rebate and then we'll do the final measurements for the top. Because the rebate is going to be 23mm into the wood, I'm not going to use the dado stack, because the dado stack can only do up to a 3/4 inch, which is 19mm. So I'm going to cut it with my plain blade. It's going to take 2 cuts to do it, and I just put the featherboard on to help keep everything tight to the fence. huge storm yesterday, and I continued working, but I didn't record much because you wouldn't hear anything. Because I've got the metal roof on my workshop, it's very noisy in here when it rains so hard. And we had a very nice storm yesterday. And so I'm just going to show you what I've done. And excuse the wobbly camera work. I'm going to take the camera by hand now. So what I've done, that's the rebate that you saw me cut to put the backsplash on the top. So I rebated the whole strip around the back, and then I also mited the corners in the back. I did some miters, and the overhang on the top now is 15 millimeters on the sides and the front. And basically that's just so that I can, because the drawer is 15 millimeters apart, I thought that would be a nice figure. And it gives it a more modern look than the big overhangs that we always had. The legs is also now done, they are fitted. So I then went and did the back, put the back in. So that's also now done. So basically the construction work on this job is now done. What I need to do now is, I'm not going to fit the top yet. I just want to fit the front faces quickly, and then I'll fit the top last. Just because I need access to fit the drawer faces on the top row of drawers. So to make things easier on myself, when fitting the drawer fronts, I'm going to pre-drill and countersink all the drawers first before I fit them. So I've drilled them and I just countersink now. And then we will fit them. So guys, what I've done now is I've put my 7mm spacers in the bottom, and then my 15mm spacers in between and on the sides. Now I'm going to screw the 5 screws from the drawer to the face. I'm using a 25mm Torx bit screw because we've got a 12mm drawer and an 18mm front face. So with the 25 I'm sure I won't get out on the front. So let us screw. So guys, that's all the drawer fronts now fitted. I'm happy with my gaps, the spacing is very nice. They all work very nicely. And I think she looks good. So now you can see why I left the top open, or the top off, so that I can access from the inside with the screws. There's still a bit of sanding everywhere left, but I'm quickly going to take it off the table now, because I want to fit the top, and then basically all the construction on this is done. So it's a happy day. So guys, that's the construction of the chest of drawers done. I hope it carries your approval. Please comment and tell me what you think of this project. But it works very nice, and I really think the customer will be happy with it. Now it's just final sanding, lots of sanding by hand because it's small pieces, and then I'm going to search for a stain that the customer likes and stain and varnish. Hopefully next weekend this will be done. So guys, I also need to quickly make for Sasha another 6 groom buddies. So I've selected a piece of yellow wood that I've got that's thick enough stock. And I'm just going to quickly make 6 groom buddies from that. So guys, you have all seen me make groom buddies before, so I'm just going to put on a sped up version of it. In the end I somehow made 6 extras, so in the total I made 12 of them, just so that I'm ahead for the next order. So guys, it was a nice week, busy week. The box of drawers or the chest of drawers is done. The construction is done. For this week coming, lots of sanding and maybe staining if I can find the right stain. The customer wants something that's a brownish but a light brown color. No reds, no yellows. So I must see if I can find something like American walnut color, which I will then do the stain in, and then the varnish of course. Then for Sasha I finished quickly 6 groom buddies. I must just still fix the blades and then varnish, but that I'll do in the beginning of next week. And then also for next week we have a bunch of trophies. I don't know if you remember last week my wife started some trophies. So I have a whole bunch of trophies to finish for the horsey people. So I'm gonna do that next week and hopefully get the chest of drawers done. So it was a nice week, good week. So guys, please stay safe, stay healthy, make some dust. Enjoy your week.